Oh, you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dares say. Isn't that right? Cougs! Hey? Cougs! Why are you not putting any Conor Ben videos out? Cougs! Why don't you do a sit down with Conor Ben? Hey? Why not? You and the Gad. Come on, do a sit down with Conor Ben. You know you won't, don't you? And you know why, don't you? You all know why, don't you? The best thing about it is, you all know what's going on. Just call you, and you don't say how it is. Call yourself media people. Coogan, I'm a pioneer like Ellie Seckback. How are you a pioneer? Ellie Seckback would have been all over this like a dog with a bone. And what have you done? What have you done, Coogs? What? You've done jack shite, haven't you? You've done zero. You're going to do wonders. All you've done is sit on a cucumber, kid. All you do anyway, probably. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Eh? He says drinking green tea. Frotch got me on it years ago. Disgusting, isn't it? Clears you out, though. Right. It's been brought to my attention that the man that got greedy. Tony! Tony! You got greedy! You got greedy! Tony Bellew. Right. I don't mind Tony Bellew. It gives us something to talk about, doesn't he? Tony Bellew, the man that's never beat a champion across his career, all the way from ever putting gloves on, never beat a champion. Beat former champions, hasn't he? Akabu, Cleverly, Davy Day twice. We're talking about a man that's not beat a champion, but yet he's masquerading as this big pay-per-view superstar and this actor in a Rocky franchise. You played your son twice in a spin-off from Rocky. It wasn't even called Rocky. Get a grip of yourself. Tony. Tony. Hey? Tony exaggerates things. And have you ever heard him going about Adonis Stevenson, losing to Adonis Stevenson, where he was a silver medalist? Yeah, but in the Commonwealth Games, Tony, not the Olympics, when you keep saying, oh, you're a big, massive puncher, southpaw, silver medalist. Yeah, Commonwealth Games, silver medalist. And we know who's got a Commonwealth Games silver medal, don't we? Eh? Paul Smith, a.k.a. Jim Royal. Big Jim's got a silver, just like Stevenson. So stop making that. Stevenson's like a magician, Tony, because he beat you. Hey, it's like you do the same thing with Usyk, don't you? Anybody who beats Tony is unbelievable. But you don't get Nathan Cleverly the same kudos, do you, for schooling in your first fight? Although you got him in the second one, didn't you? You know what I mean? Look, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But anyway, look. Point I want to make is this, right? Tony Bellew, 6 year out at game, 41-year-old, 30 wins, 3 losses and a draw. Him and his mate Derek, who's 41-year-old, but hasn't been out the ring 6 year like Tony's, but he's been active. He's 35 wins, 13 losses, 334 rounds to his name. Bellew's got 224 rounds to his name. So Derek's been knocked about, hasn't he? Has anybody ever heard Derek talk? Has anybody ever heard him? Has anybody ever heard Derek? When he goes in KFC and he orders a bargain bucket, nobody can understand what he says, can they? And do you know why that is? I'll tell you why, because he's been knocked about, hasn't he? It's been knocked out of him. You know, once it's knocked out, you're not saying fighter, you know. No. It's like a snooker player, you know, when his eyes are gone. You're not saying player, is he? You know, you're playing at 50%. Do you know what I mean? Do I think it'll happen between these two? No. If it did happen, it'd be a scandal because all they'd do is a move around. There'd be two men in the 40s coming back to top the pension. So that's all it would be. I don't think Tony Bellew needs saving from himself. I think he's a little bit smarter than Chisora, but I think Derek's got to be saved from himself. He doesn't know what's happening from one day to the next, does he? really. He's been knocked about that much. When David A flogged him years ago, everybody was screaming for him to retire. Bricktop and all the rest of them. Fury said he should retire after Caballero beat him. Years later, Fury flogged him, didn't he? Well, that's what we're up against, isn't it? That's what we're up against, liars and vagabonds. And that's why I like to get it off my chest. Get it out of my system. All right, because often you don't really understand what's going on. So I'm trying to guide you. All right. So we've got Derek here. Derek's not got any wins over a world champion, former, current, or future. Zero. Bellew's not done too bad, has he? A couple of wins over David A. dug up. Cleverly dragged him up £25. And that Macabre one, that were a vacant belt, wasn't it? That were a life and death as well, wasn't it? I don't think Tony's got any more on his record. Let me have a look. I think he's just got them 4. Let's have a look. We don't want to diss Tony or he'll be ringing up. I remember when he rung Dennis complaining about one of my videos. Didn't you, Tony? Tony, do you remember? Why don't you go on your Twitter and tell everybody what happened with that one with Dennis? When you rung up complaining. Because I said you're not beat a champion. Yeah, why don't you tell the truth? Yeah, we've had Tony Bellew ringing Dennis, Tyson Fury. Who else has run complaining about me? Thing is, you see, you're not allowed to say anything against these people. If they say anything, it's gospel. If you go against the grain or say, you know what, I'm not having that. It's like Liam Cameron. Yeah, give Dennis £12,000 tickets for Gemman fight. No, you didn't. That's a lie, Liam. That's a lie. And if I get Dennis on my channel, although I'm not going to have him on at the moment because I'm not speaking to him, but if Dennis crawls and begs, I might have him on here, or I might have his runabout Max on. He can speak for him, and Max will tell you that's rubbish, absolute rubbish, Liam, absolute rubbish. If that was supposed to be a takedown, you didn't know what you were doing. If you want to take Big Ron down, you're going to have to come out with something a bit bigger than that. Let's have a look. Oh, Edison Miranda, what a world champion, where he should have been. I don't think Ogle Mackenzie were he? We'll see if Ogle Mackenzie had an IBO, and we might just squeak. Him in. We might just squeak him in. Let's have a look. I think we're looking at 12 rounders, Russell. No, Commonwealth. I don't think Ogle Mackenzie were a minor champion. No, we don't count minors anyway. Now, he drew for IBF Cruiser. Said no. So you've got 2 wins over David A, held together by paper mache. Cleverly, who you dragged up £25, who beat you before. And Macabre was small man. And life and death. That's Tony Bellew's CV. 0 champions beat, British, Commonwealth, European, and a world champion. That's how you blag it. That's how you blag it. A bit like Fury blagged it, really, innit? But Fury, when he had to stand on, he stood Vladimir and Wilder on his head, didn't he? That's his claim to fame, innit, really? But where are these other great wins for Fury? It's like there ain't no great wins for Bellew, is there? But look at Derek Chisora's career. 13 losses, 48 fights, 13 losses. He's not beat a champion of note. Who's his best win? He's famous for losing, and his best win is probably Pulev in it, and that could have gone either way. I thought he lost that one. Joe Joyce, an old man. Beat Joe Joyce, an old man, 39-year-old. Is that where we're at? Is that what we'll pay Derek pay-per-view? What's going on there? Is that where we're at in boxing now? Chisora against Bellew, 2 41-year-old men wanting to top the pensions up. Is that what this sport's about now? Them deciding to have a phone call and putting stuff out there that they're going to fight. It'll never happen in a month of Sundays, that fight. It's just waffle for talking waffle. Bit like Eddie when he gets IFL to put waffle out, to confuse us all. But that's my opinion. But Derek Chisora, he's lucky he's not nicking it after headbutting an Uber delivery driver. But I don't see him queuing up for Wilder, because he's saying he's not finished yet and there's more to come. Wilder, you're finished, mate. You're goosed. Your goose is cooked. That's about it, really. I don't see anybody calling Joe Joyce that. Bellew, not calling him that. So, but he'll fight his pal, Derek. He's me pal. He's a pal of mine. Fight Derek and lead us all up a merry dance, say Tony. Tony, you got greedy. You got greedy. We'll get greedy against Chisora, who's more inactive. He might put you on button moon, kid. Stay well away from Chisora. So Chisora's having a purple season, or whatever they call it, a prolific season. If he were a striker, he'd be on 30 goals for the season, wouldn't he, Chisora, at this rate? So, okie dokie. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a little nosy on our other channel, Pokers International. That's about it, really. Gary from Welcome Estates. He's got a scheme going to Outboxers. Have a little look at that. All right. Or if you're unsure or to look for the link, go to their website or go on Boxing Now YouTube and send them a message and they'll advise you how to do it. Okie dokie. I wonder if Tyson Fury's horse is going to win. It runs in an hour and 20 minutes. Newmarket, the Gypsy King, owned by Spencer Brown. Yeah, I can imagine Tyson throwing money into horses. He's not that stupid. But people are going to do the best to try and get him to part with money now that he's a multi-sue fly swimming in chow fry. Okie dokie. One piece out. We're having Mikey on this week. That should be interesting. Well, pop bang.